everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, William Brandon.
I'm Diddy.
Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dad and Demi, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss an episode. In this week's episode, we're going to discuss the Atlanta Falcons' first home game of the season against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, I know what we're all thinking. The world is ending.
Yes, it is because we lost because Koo missed a field goal.
See? He even thinks the world is ending. But it's not. I promise you it's not. It's just one game. And I'm going to give you a little fun fact later about Falcons losing home openers to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But before we get to that and to the Koo missed field goal, let's tell you a little bit more about how yesterday went. Now, I know you didn't get to go to the game yesterday, son, but we're gonna get you there. We're gonna get you to some more. We're gonna get you to some games, and maybe you'd have been a good luck charm. Who knows? But yesterday, the crowd seemed to be in it. There were a lot of fans at the tailgate. But I was real proud. The fans were loud and proud. It seemed loud to you on TV?
Yes, I just saw them yelling when Bijan got that touchdown.
Yeah, Bijan scored an opening drive touchdown. Michael Penix threw him a little check down pass. Penix broke about 3 or 4 tackles. Broke about 3 or 4 tackles and was able to take it to the house for a 50-yard reception touchdown. So, I mean, it was exciting. Did I get to see it? No, because I was in the stands. I was in the concession stands, and the Falcons never really scored that quick opening up the game, but they did yesterday. And then after that, it kind of was, methodical. The Falcons there really wasn't a lot of scoring going on. And even so, the Buccaneers were starting to kind of have their way. Now, we had some instances where the Falcons could have gotten more points of those earlier drives, right? Because you even told me about the Falcons, the opportunities that they had when they got the ball back. They should have scored, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, because I'm not expecting them to do it every single time, but they should get a touchdown or a field goal.
Right, and especially after when we forced them to punt. It was multiple punts. We got the ball back, and things didn't go way we wanted to. So I'm gonna check some of my notes here. One of the things that stood out to me was the Buccaneers. They went for it on like their own 37-yard line earlier on in the game. It's kind of like they tried us. That's unheard of. And then at that, it was a pass to Mike Evans. And A.J. Terrell did play a pretty good game against Mike Evans, and he held them scoreless. But on that particular play, they did get a 4th down on their own 37. I was just couldn't believe that. And then the Falcons, we had our own 4th down conversion. You remember that one I showed you?
I think so.
Yeah, it was 4th down. Do you remember what happened?
Oh yeah, because the play was the person who designed the play was a bad play because Bijan was like back there, and the first yard line is like right here, so he has to run through there, and he did not get the first down. He was like at the same place, like the first and what do you call it, the 1 yard.
Right. Yeah. So it was 4th and 1, and the Falcons, with 1 yard to go, Zach Robinson has these brainiac ideas to go to the pistol, and then from the pistol formation, we're back about 4 or 5 yards. And yes, they hand off to Bijan, and he gets stuck. Do you remember who that big guy on Tampa was?
What's his? I forgot his name. It starts with the Z though.
Does it, or is it a V?
I think it's
Vita Vey. You know his name. You said it earlier. It's okay. But yeah, he was telling me all about him earlier. But we all get brain farts, so it's all good. But yeah, Vita Vea basically was just manhandling Chris Lindstrom all day on Sunday. So that kind of became something that we could expect to see all game Sunday. Now the Falcons, they didn't rush very well against Tampa, and they haven't the past 3 games they played them. That first game last year that we won in overtime, Falcons only had 83 yards between Algier and Bijan. And then that second game, they only had 99 yards between Algier and Bijan. And then yesterday, they only had 48 yards between Algier and Bijan. So we've had an issue running the ball against Tampa these past 3 games, and that's something that's going to have to be corrected before we play them again, because it seems like to me they're going to be in our way to win this division.
Yeah, it is, because they're a big team. They got Mike Evans and Mayfield. They're not. Mike Evans is good, but the quarterback, nah, bro.
Yeah, I will say one thing about Baker. He does play well, but he's able to scramble. He's able to create more time for his team. And it's the craziest thing. You know, the Falcons, we had Michael Vick for all those years, a running quarterback. And it seems like after he left, we cannot stop any type of quarterback with any mobility, especially on third downs. That is the most frustrating part, to see a guy like Mayfield or any other quarterback for that matter on third down get to run around and then eventually create a play or get that extra yardage. There was multiple things that, we could point out that were wrong. What were some good things that or players that you saw on Sunday that you were happy about their performance?
Michael Penix and Bijan, because Michael Penix was like dying for the touchdown and getting the first down, and I was nervous, but it came out that he got the first down and the touchdown.
Yeah, after the booth reviews, both times, like you said, that first down, that was on the fourth quarter drive when the Falcons were trying to go ahead and take the go ahead. Michael Penix ran, got the first down. They had to review it, came back, said he got it. And then, as Demi said, on the touchdown, which if people remember, or if you're old enough to remember, Michael Vick, oddly enough, did something very similar against the Carolina Panthers. It was a fourth down. He dove, and people just, went on with this Superman thing because it looked like he just levitated. And very eerily similar on Sunday, Michael Penix dove for that end zone and was able to cross that goal line. I can tell you, man, I really, really do think we got us a nice young quarterback. I'm happy to see where this goes. I'm really happy for the young man. So I think we got nowhere but to go but up with this offense. Now, yesterday, it does seem like Drake London did hurt his shoulder. We are hoping that he can return. He is a big component on our offense. Is there somebody else on the offense that did yesterday that did real well that you're leaving out?
I think it's Bijan.
But you said him already.
Oh. I think it's AJ Terrell.
Okay, I said offense, but that's okay. AJ Terrell did do good. He had a couple of stops yesterday. He was on Mike Evans. But Kyle Pitts, Demi. Remember we talked about Kyle Pitts? Yes. You forgot all about KP. Yeah, Kyle Pitts. He had 7 catches yesterday. His catches, though, were critical catches. Big first downs, big plays, keeping guys off of them, extending the play. He did a lot. He wasn't able to get a touchdown, but he was a go-to guy for Pitts when he needed them. Casey Washington, a younger guy, as well as Ray McLeod, made some big catches yesterday. Now, our defense, I didn't hear the names of Jalen Walker and James Pierce like I wanted to yesterday. Now, Diablo, number 0, I'm going to call him Agent 0. But Diablo played very well yesterday. He was part of a half sack with Billy Bowman, as well as some key plays in the game. Caden Ellis had a good game. Now, Caden Ellis probably could have ended the game for the Falcons if he would have, been able to get that sack on Baker Mayfield late in the fourth quarter when they only had one timeout. I think it was the second or third down. If he would have been able to get that sack, that probably would have changed the position of the game. So, yeah, back to that the thing we said at the beginning. So, yeah, the Falcons were doing well. We took the lead, a late lead, and then that pesky Baker Mayfield drove them up the field.
Yeah.
They got up the field, and then they scored, took the lead. Now, after that, the Falcons had a little bit of time left on the clock, right?
Right.
Michael Penix was able to get the Falcons back up the field again into field goal range. Here comes Young Wei Koo. Now, oops, forgot to say something earlier. Well, a previous field goal, Young Wei Koo hit the inside of the goalpost and it careened back inside, so the field goal was good. But that almost seemed like that might be something that we might need to look out for later in the game. So lo and behold, in the end, Young Wei Koo comes up to kick. You can clearly see them call a timeout. And at this point, I don't really feel like there's a such thing as icing the kicker. All kickers should know that they're going to call a timeout. You don't have to kick it. You can kick it. Me personally, I feel like don't kick it. Just wait. That way you can make sure you do it right. I just feel like it's maybe harder to get 2 in a row. I'd rather you just wait. So Young Wei Koo, anyways, decides to kick it. It goes through. Of course, they've long ago called timeout. The very next play, Young Wei Koo misses the field goal. You could hear a pin drop in the building. It's happened before, and unless the Falcons can make a change, it's going to happen again. What do you feel about Young Wei Koo? Just tell me how you feel about him right now. Do you want to keep him on the team? What should we be doing right now?
I do want to keep him on the team, but we should do more with him, like practice with him about his kicking, his skills.
Yeah. And they could probably bring in some more kickers, challenge him, push him to the brink. Let's see, to see what he can do. Now, here's just a few stats that I've compiled regarding this game or thereafter. So the Falcons are 6-7 in their last 13 one-point games going back to last season. What else? We mentioned Zach Robinson in that play calling. It seems eerily similar to last season. And that could go back to one thing that I haven't mentioned yet, and that's the Falcons did not play the preseason. We said this might be a problem. Do we know 100% unequivocally if it was or wasn't? No. But now we have something to blame and someone to blame. We actually have someone to blame, and then we have also not taken the preseason seriously. And the reason why I say that, it might help out on some of the connections, as well as some of the defense, as well as other things, especially your kicker. I mean, he missed a field goal in the preseason, for goodness sake, so I don't really know what we could have done there. But I still think the preseason is imperative that they at least get a drive or 2 in to help us out. But overall, as I said before, it's not the end of the world. It really isn't. The Falcons have there's only one game in the season. There's plenty more to go. Next week, the Falcons do travel to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. It'll be Sunday Night Football on NBC. And at this time, we don't currently know how the game is going to end between the Vikings and the Bears. It's currently going on. But, overall, I think the Falcons got some things to hang their hat on. They got things they need to work on. But I do honestly think we'll be okay. What do you think we'll be okay?
Yeah, sure, because we can beat the Commanders because it was close last time because I think we went to overtime.
Yeah, we play them in a couple weeks, but yes, just in general, I think he thinks they're going to be all right, right?
Right, like we're close to beating Minnesota and Washington, so we can bet. I bet that we can beat both of them.
And that'll be awesome if we can, because like I said, the Falcons games, it's going to get harder at some point. They will take on those Buffalo Bills who had a gauntlet of a game against the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday night. So the Falcons will have some tough opponents coming up. So they've got to get these ones that they can get, which may be a Minnesota, which may be a Carolina. And hopefully we will get our revenge against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But until then, we're going to stay positive, and we need you to stay positive too. Ain't that right?
Right.
All right, man. Anything else you want to let the people know?
Nah.
All right. Again, we want to thank you for joining Dad and Demi. Please turn on those notifications, and please subscribe to the channel. Everyone have a great evening. Bye.
Bye.